Hello, and welcome to our next video in our series, Autonomous ERP is Now. My name is Adam Younce, and I'll be your host for this video. In this video, we're going to talk about the D365 Account Reconciliation First-Party Agent from Microsoft. Microsoft has released several AI agents that can be utilized between Dynamics 365 CE and Dynamics D365 Finance and Operations. As you can see here, I've highlighted the account reconciliation agent out of these first-party agents, and that's what we'll be discussing about in this session. I also want to let you know that we at Quisitive have created several other agents within the supply chain and the finance side that we'll cover in other video sessions. Now, when we talk about pre-built agents, what are the benefits or KPIs that you can get out of these agents? Depending on the agent you're using, will tell you if you're either getting a KPI rated benefit or what are the benefits that you can receive. In this example today under the account reconciliation agents, the benefits will be we're going to improve your team's productivity, potentially lower your operating costs, and reduce risk of errors by removing the manual intervention. Now, the account reconciliation agent was created to accelerate your period close, giving you better visibility into your cash flow. The challenges that people have on your month end is that it takes hours to do your subledger to ledger account reconciliation every month, often require people to work longer hours to get these tasks done. Financial organizations take several days or even weeks to complete the close, which is delaying the financial reports and giving your C-level suite visibility into your financial statements. And of course, anytime you're doing a manual reconciliation process, it increases the risk of errors, which can make businesses fall out of compliance or make bad decisions. The solution, the account reconciliation agent from Microsoft. This agent autonomously reconciles the ledger against the subledgers, creating a better work-life balance, freeing up time for strategic work. The agent reconciles the data continuously, not just at month end, providing real-time visibility and results and enables businesses to make decisions faster. And the agent also flags discrepancies immediately, allowing financial professionals to address these exceptions on the spot. And this is an important one because when you're reconciling a ledger at month end and all of a sudden you see there was a transaction that happened 28 days ago, and then you got to go and find out what is the meaning behind that transaction, talk to somebody, and the memory tends to fade. So having an agent actually come out there and performing these transactions on your behalf and flagging you for transactions that are not reconciled reduces the risk of errors. Now, to summarize these challenges, it's very time consuming to manually reconcile ledgers. It's error prone and stressful, especially at month end when you're under a time crunch to get the books closed. And because of this, you're taking up valuable resources that could be doing more strategic activities, such as getting financial statements out, doing allocations, or getting the right reports to the executives instead of doing remedial activities as validating transactions are reconciled. Now, the key benefits of using this reconciliation agent, even though we summarized it prior, I decided to break it out a little bit more. By using the agent, we're enhancing our efficiencies. Companies can maintain a reconciled state more consistently, and that reduces your time required for manual reconciliation at your month-end close, hence speeding up your month-end close process. By using the agent, it's actually being proactive. The intelligent agent actually identifies and suggests mitigations for exceptions and minimize the risk of errors so that it's doing it based on the actual transactions versus visually seeing a mismatch that could happen when you're looking at paper reports. And it improves your transparency. Every exception is meticulously logged and captured in the history. So your auditability, accountability, traceability, or like I say, CYA, is covered for what is going on and how you mitigate those risks. And you can then take action, whether it be training or fixing a bad behavior in the system to prevent that from happening again. And by having a regular reconciliation on a more regular basis, your financial records are more up to date, leading to better decision making and financial planning. Now, in our use case, we're going to be using the Contoso demo system environment, and Cheryl, who's my accounting manager, needs to run reconciliation reports for each subledger at the end of the month. If errors are found, she needs to take time to research, and this is could be extended due to errors that happened weeks prior. Cheryl would like the help of an agent to constantly scan and reconcile in real time all the subledgers to GL and flag her with any issues. Now, let's go ahead and jump to the live demo because I know that's what you're all excited to see. And let's actually talk about this. Now, let's go back to my home page here. And on my home page, you'll see that I'm at the immersive workspace with my AI agents activity boxes showing me what's going to happen. Now, if I go to my account reconciliation workspace, I'm going to go ahead and open up this workspace, and I'm going to change the period because I'm not wanting to look at April. I want to look at March, which is what we're currently trying to reconcile. And the agent automatically shows me a summary of activities that have happened. First, it's telling me how many exceptions I have, how many have been addressed, and how many reconciled transactions have happened for which legal entities you have configured. In this case, I have it just for one, and for which subledgers that you have done. Now, again, you can pick and choose which subledgers you want in your configuration, but in this case, I just have them all being tracked. Down here at the bottom, you can see by your subledger what the status of the current system is. And as you can see, it did its last reconciliation 3 hours and 24 minutes ago, and it's going to do its next one in 35 minutes. And as I open up each one of these subledgers, it's going to give me how many reconciled transactions or anything that's happened in the different areas based on the legal entities I have configured. Now, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and focus on the banking because it's telling me I have 7 exceptions that I need to work on. So let's go ahead and look at these issues that are out here. So now it's giving me a list of all the transactions that the system has flagged as having an issue. And when I look at it, it's giving me a summary saying they're in the general ledger, but they're not in the subledger. That's interesting. So let's go ahead and take a look at one of these transactions in detail. And of course, here are my mitigation activities that the system is allowing me to do. Now, in this case, I'm going to go ahead and navigate to the voucher, and I can see that happened on 3/13. And I can see that, oh, there was a payment made against an account. And if I go ahead and look at the transaction origin, I can see that, oh, this vendor was paid and these accounts were posted against in my ledger. But it's telling me that this was done in the GL only and not done through my banking subledger module. So if I go and look at the audit trail, I can see that Avinash did this transaction, and I need to speak to him because he performed a banking transaction solely through the general ledger versus doing it in the subledger. So my action will be I want to reverse this transaction and then perform that transaction the appropriate way. Now, I can also look at the reconciled transactions. At any time, I can see all the transactions that have happened. And as you can see, I actually have transactions that happened in the banking module that posted to my general ledger, and they are happened the proper way. So it's given me a list of all my reconciled transactions, and it's given me a list of all transactions that have found that are not a direct match. And then, of course, if there were exceptions that need to be addressed, it's like this one. It says, oh, I have a transaction that happened in the subledger, but it is not in the general ledger. Now, I did this on purpose. I turned off my automatic posting to show you that you can have an automatic fix that the agent will do, and it'll create or do that transfer for you. Or if you have your configuration set not to automatically post, the system will tell you what transactions are sitting there and not ready to go. As you can see, this is a very easy to use tool, and Microsoft will be coming out with more actions in the near future of what you can do for what the agents can do for on your behalf to reconcile these transactions. Now, we talked about the account reconciliation agent, and we have multiple programs here at Quisitive that allow you different layers of, hey, where are you on your journey? We can help you get your ERP AI ready, and also talk about the native ERPs that are within Dynamics 365, as well as create new agents for you and work with you on your behalf and train your team on how to create new agents. Thank you very much for watching this video in our series, and I look forward to seeing you in our next videos. Thank you very much.